Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. The whole country rejoiced on Saturday when the men in blue crushed Pakistan in Ahmedabad. Jasprit Bumrah and Kuldeep Yadav triggered a stunning Pakistan batting collapse and shared 4 wickets in India's dominant victory over its arch rivals. But now politics has erupted over a video where some people in stands are seen chanting Jai Shri Ram slogans as Mohammad Rizwan was walking back to the pavilion after being bowled by a peach of a delivery by Bumrah. Soon after the video went viral on social media, DMK Minister Udayanidhi Stalin of the Eradicate Sanatan Dharma fame wrote on X that this situation was a new low and such behavior by the crowd was unacceptable. TMC's Saket Gokhale also condemned the incident and blamed the BJP for reducing the audience to the level where they heckle a Pakistani player. The BJP has in turn slammed opposition leaders for criticizing the chants and called DMK Minister Udayanidhi Stalin a mosquito which has come out to spread poison. This is of course a hit back on his earlier comments on Sanatan Dharma. This incident has drawn mixed reactions on social media, with a section of users sharing a clip of Mohammad Rizwan, the same player, offering namaz on the pitch or on the field, and asked Udayanidhi Stalin and others if this was all right for most, then why not Jai Shri Ram chants? Now the ICC has rules against any slurs by fans or anybody in the stands against the players or against each other. But is a chant in celebration a problem? Certainly no. In fact, fans are known to tease not just each other but players on field too with chants and gestures and more. Then why is there an issue with this? In fact, many Pakistan players, prominently Rizwan himself, wear their religion on their sleeves even during matches. And the personalities of the players, their behavior and actions in the past get reflected in the response they sometimes get from fans all over the world. For example, if a player has been caught cheating in the past, naturally the chants that they get remind them of that everywhere they go. So did Indian fans in Ahmedabad really cross a line, or are some getting needlessly agitated? Is this needless criticism of India and its public? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. But first, take a look at this image, the one that I talked about earlier. Now, this is the image that is also going viral on social media of Pakistan wicketkeeper batsman Mohammad Rizwan. He was obviously praying during the match versus Netherlands in Hyderabad. Remember, there were many chants supporting Pakistan also, which is a country that is looked at not very favorably in India, in Hyderabad. He was also seen offering namaz on the pitch during drinks break, and this is not the first time that something like this has happened, and nobody has raised an objection. If a cricket field is not a place for religious expression, then should this also be a problem? That too by a player and on field? Now, just a week later, as I mentioned, in the biggest match of the World Cup, India versus Pakistan, there was this video that went viral, a group of people chanting Jai Shri Ram as Mohammad Rizwan is the player walking back towards the dressing room after Jasprit Bumrah took his wicket. Now, some would say this is unsportsmanlike behavior and condemned Indian fans. But remember, these are fans. These are not the athletes themselves who are doing this. Some also brought in the city and made connections to the BJP that has ruled in Gujarat politically for a very long time. But is a mere chant celebrating your God a problem? If that is a problem, Pakistani players invoke their God on field and even in press conferences before they say anything else. How come nobody has had an objection with that? How come their religious expression is okay, but not of Indian fans? Let me also take you through a few instances when Pakistani cricketers have brought in religion and in fact even ugly politics with India as far as their matches with India are concerned. And mind you, and I repeat this, these are not fans who can get carried away, who don't know how to behave on the field. These are actual athletes and former athletes. In fact, one of the most famous quotes is from former Pakistan Prime Minister and ex-captain of the Pakistan cricket team Imran Khan in 1982, who was quoted to say that cricket with India is not just a game but jihad for Kashmir. He reminds himself of Kashmir and plays against India. Rawalpindi Express, Shoaib Akhtar in 2020 had said that Pakistan will first capture Kashmir, then invade India for Ghazwa-e-Hind. This is a former athlete and a representative of the sport. And then people say you should not react and to ordinary fans. In fact, more recently, Waqar Younis had to apologize in 2021 after he stated that Rizwan, the same player in question, offering namaz between Hindus was his favorite part of the match versus India. Now, that's the commentary that's coming not just from ordinary fans in Pakistan or people on social media. This is commentary from actual athletes who have played against India. And there are many episodes that have happened between India and Pakistani players, both in India and in Pakistan as well. But let me also now bring in the political angle that has erupted in India, and that's the fight between Tamil Nadu government or the party in power in Tamil Nadu, DMK and the BJP, because Udayanidhi Stalin dragged in this incident to condemn BJP and for some reason suggests that those behaving like this in the north are also different to people who don't behave like this in Chennai. We'll get in Chennai or other places in Tamil Nadu. We'll get to that in just a bit. So he said that India is renowned for its sportsmanship and hospitality, and therefore this is not good. The BJP said that there was a grand welcome for Pakistani players in India, so it's not like we have not given them hospitality. Udayanidhi Stalin also went on to say that the treatment meted out to Pak players is unacceptable and a new low. He's talking about this chant. BJP says emotions overpower at certain points in sports in defense of what the fans did. Finally, Udayanidhi Stalin also said that using sports as a tool to spread hatred is condemnable. Now, this is a very important word. Is chanting Jai Shri Ram then spreading hatred? We've had this debate for quite some time. There's been, of course, Chief Minister in Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, also suggesting that Jai Shri Ram is somehow a hateful chant, and there's been lots of debate on that. Udayanidhi Stalin seems to be suggesting the same. BJP, of course, has hit back to say that Udayanidhi Stalin has no right to comment on this. We'll come to what has happened in Tamil Nadu as well. Is there a big difference when emotions are involved anywhere in the country? Is this just about Ahmedabad, or have we seen outpouring of emotions, mixing of cricket and politics and religion in other times as well? We'll get to that in just a bit, but the big debate, of course, is this. So much furor, so much condemnation over Jai Shri Ram chants by fans in stands. Is this not needless criticism of India and its people?
கேமா பார்க்குங்க என்று சொல்ல வேண்டிய ஒரு அருகதை உதயநிதி ஸ்டாலின் அவர்களுக்கு இல்லை என்பது என்னுடைய தாழ்மையான கருத்து.
Hello, Moto.
Let's go across to the guests joining us. Mohan Krishna is BJP leader. Vivek Srivastava is political analyst joining us. Sunil Subramaniam is former India team manager, and Abhijit Majumdar is columnist also joining us. Vivek, why don't I start with you? I have just given a brief detail about how there are, of course, outpouring of emotions and chants by fans all over the world. There were no slurs, there was no abuse. People were celebrating in a manner that they deemed fit. Why is there such a furor over this?
I totally support Udayanidhi Stalin for what he's saying. I endorse his statement as to what he's saying. We have become a nation of mobocracy now. And you are using religious slogans which are meant for spiritual development to actually tease, to actually taunt, make satire, and it's a complete misuse. We have seen it in Bengal, where the Communist Party and other party leaders were treated in the same way. People were shouting Jai Shri Rams, there were Trishuls in the hands, and violence was being preached. So nobody is against the name of Lord Ram.
How was violence being preached? One second. How is violence being preached? And how is this a mob? This is a stand of thousands and thousands. In fact, over 1 lakh Indian fans in the stadium. That's not a mob.
No, it has become a way. I mean, they were using Jai Shri Ram not because they were trying to chant the name of Lord Ram. It was being used to give a particular message.
Actually, there were other points during the match as well. No, let me put this in context. There were other points, other times during the match as well, where people did make religious chants. It was not only directed at Mohammad Rizwan. The crowd was celebrating in the way they deemed fit. Navratri is coming in, Diwali is coming in. I'm not sure. What I'm not understanding is, once again, what I'm not understanding is, who is this offensive to? Who finds offense to Jai Shri Ram?
Yeah, I'll tell you what is this. Since 2014, a narrative is being made in this country that the Hindus need to be a consolidated lot. Certain minorities are their enemies. There needs to be a statement of challenge given to them time and again because Hindu khatre mein hai. That is the whole point. And this is leading to mobocracy, this is leading to mob lynching, this is leading to all kind of minorities and discrimination. So this needs to end. And Dhanidhi Stalin was absolutely right when he said India is forgetting the hospitality it needs to show to its guests. Absolutely,
Actually,
he's right.
one of the criticisms that came the BCCI's way was that there was too much hospitality for the Pakistani players. So you have that also, and then you have complaints that there was not enough hospitality. Actually, the Pakistani players got more hospitality, more fervent show of hospitality that some complained about than any other team that came to India. So both are realities. But let me bring in Mohan Krishna as well. Mohan Krishna, the accusation has been, as you have heard from Vivek Srivastava as well, from Udyanidhi Stalin and others, that this is particularly a culture that the BJP has encouraged.
वेरी गुड इवनिंग. अरे विवेक श्रीवास्तव जी आप भारत में है, इंडिया में है, कहाँ है? If not in India, we can call Jai Shri Ram. Where else in the world we have to call Jai Shri Ram? What are you talking? What are you talking? Have you got any common sense?
Violence.
Have you got any common sense?
Don't use Jai Shri Ram to tease
Now
people.
sports. If somebody
challenge people.
if somebody chants, I have not disturbed you. I have not disturbed you when you are talking. Listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Okay.
When somebody is chanting Jai Shri Ram, why your adrenaline is going up? Why it is going up?
Okay.
They should
I'll
call
tell you.
Allah, Allah is it? They should
Yes,
call Allah,
you are
Allah
not
is it?
using the name of Lord Rama
Then you would
for
have been
spiritual
very happy, is
development.
it? That
You
would have
are
been
using
just
the name of
hospitality, is
Lord
it?
Rama
One by
for
one,
study.
please.
What
Vivek,
happened to the
Vivek, you had your
hospitality?
opportunity. I would request you just listen to him, then I'll give you an opportunity again. Yes, Mohan Krishna, finish your point, please.
Let me quote certain things to Mr. Vivek Srivastava. It is not for India is meant for hospitality right from the ages. Sanatan Dharma. Let me irritate Vivek Srivastava now. From Sanatan Dharma, from Sanatan time, we are best in hospitality. We have given hospitality, and we need not have to learn hospitality from you, Vivek Srivastava. G20 was hosted by India, Bharat, under the Prime Minister, Ms. Modi.
No, let's stick to the subject.
Hospitality to the
No,
world.
leave hospitality aside. They're suggesting that this Jai Shri Ram slogan has been used as some sort of a war cry. This is what opposition says under the
That is what
BJP. They find
I was
offense
coming
to
to-
it. They find it violent.
That's what I'm coming to the point, Shivani.
Yes.
I would like to ask Vivek Srivastava, when there was a Nara in JNU, then that is okay for you.
That is
Bharat
freedom of
tere
speech,
honge
sir.
tukde tukde. Bharat tere
Don't
honge
have
tukde
to.
tukde.
That is
Then
freedom
you
of
are
speech,
happy.
sir.
When Jai Shri Ram is chanted in Narendra Modi Stadium, you have a
No,
problem.
you are diverting from the topic.
Vivek, don't interrupt him. Let him have his
standard
say.
of you accept it. In JNU it can happen. In Narendra Modi Stadium, Jai Shri Ram cannot happen.
What are you
Look,
trying to say?
You have to understand. We are in India. We are in Bharat. Bharat desh
Can you just
mein
lower Vivek's
jo
volume,
chalna
please,
hai,
one by one?
jo Jai Shri Ram chalna hai, Jai Shri Ram we have to chant for hello also. It is not our practice. It is not you Macaulay education system people have taught people hello. Otherwise it was Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna is India's chant, Bharat ka chant hai.
You know, actually, because the state of Gujarat and the city of Ahmedabad was brought into this, anybody who's been there, who has interacted with Gujaratis, who has interacted with people in Ahmedabad would know, they actually do say Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Mata Di, even during their normal conversations.
That is Sanatan.
This is how they
Because of
start
your
and end their
materialist-
conversations. So, I'm not sure why them expressing their religious...
Instigation and
One second,
hypocrisy and
Vivek, not like this, please. I'm not sure why them expressing themselves in a manner which is not offensive or which is not a slur to anybody else should be a matter of such concern. But let me bring in Sunil Subramaniam. He's actually from Chennai, has played for Chennai, has handled Chennai cricket and has been with the Indian team as a team manager on several tours. Sunil, I mean, I'm sure you of all people know that emotions of fans do run a little bit high. I mean, the India-Pakistan match is considered to be special or different precisely for this reason that this match is beyond cricket. And So many times from former Pakistani players themselves, we have heard statements or seen expressions which take this game beyond cricket. It takes it to religious identity or political identity. So why are people getting so upset if 10 fans stood up and said Jai Shri Ram to Mohammad Rizwan?
Hi, Shivadi. Thanks for calling me. Yeah, you have a point. We'll have to take a mature view on this. See, this is not something that we started, as you had pointed out in your presentation. It has been a case earlier where people have invoked religion unnecessarily while playing sport. So obviously, it's got a ripple effect, and now there is a wave of nationalism in the country, and so people are now expressing themselves. But my larger point is this: where is this all heading to? I mean, this is a sport. It's a sport. Ideally, I would love that if the DJ, apparently DJ played Jai Shri Ram, nothing wrong with that. We are a Hindu nation, majority of which, yes, but we also have other religions too. Now, what this will do is it sets in a very unhealthy kind of, you know, it sets in an unhealthy mood where we begin, one versus this. It need not necessarily be A versus B. You could also, as far as the public is concerned, you can understand mob psychology. I believe it would have been great if it had not been to this extent, but I don't think it disturbed the tempo of the game. We were anyway playing well. I just wish that we had been a little more subdued in it. We would have come out with a little more dignity and said, okay, guys, we play better cricket. We know we are better than you. We don't need to do exactly what the others do. Where you rightly said that I find it a little distasteful that when you're playing sport, you have to invoke your God. Everybody has their God. So I found that that's what sets this. And now that there's a wave of nationalism in the country, I can understand the reaction. But it would have been better if it had not been this, vociferous and people reacting left, right, and center. I think it was managed well in the end. I just wish it had not happened. Well, it would have been better. But I don't think it's such a big issue. We have to get on with the game.
Yeah, there are former players like Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan who've also come out to say that we've faced worse when we have travelled to Pakistan, when we have played in Pakistan. It may not always get captured on video. There are videos of a Pakistani player, in fact, telling a Sri Lankan player in the past to convert to Islam on the field while they are walking off. So these instances have happened. And people have memories of what has transpired. They don't always separate what is sport and what is cricket, because India-Pakistan is more than cricket. But my point is that this is not something that has happened in India or in Ahmedabad for the first time and has never happened before. This does happen from time to time. In fact, slurs have been made by fans. This was not even a slur. There was no abusive behavior, no attacking behavior. The fans have attacked players in the past on the field of play. This was just an expression of joy.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
As far as what we talked about as Krishnan and his experiences, let me draw this analogy. Now, when we are at a war or when we are at a battle, let's say it's a battle. Not battle in the sense that are killing each other. The armies say a lot of things to each other in the heat of the moment. If you were to go and publicize all of that, there is no civilization left. But that happens in the heat of the moment. Off the field, once the game is over, I know they're the best of friends. They get along like a house on fire. So let's not get into what was actually happening during the field. Okay, a lot of things are said on either side. Not that we've been saints. I know a lot.
I'm not talking about. Sunil, you're not getting my point. I'm not talking about sledging and what players say to each other in the heat of the moment. I am saying we are playing a side that particularly invokes its religion. Against that side and those players, what heavens have fallen if 10 people chanted Jai Shri Ram?
But I agree with your point. It's not a big issue. I just wish that we had acted with a little more grace and maturity and won the game in style and said, this is how we play the game.
Okay, well, the players did that. Abhijit Majumdar, let me come to you. Do you see the point in what both Sunil and what Vivek Srivastava are saying? That, this doesn't reflect well on us. We don't need to do what Pakistan does. We don't need to do what their players do or behave like them.
Why does it not reflect well on us? What is the problem in chanting Jai Shri Ram in Bharat? कहाँ साइबेरिया में जाके अफगानिस्तान में जाके करोगे? What is this? What are we talking about? Yeah, we are talking about a team where each and every player starts speaking on TV with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. who almost stop a match and offer namaz in the middle of the stadium. तो आप लोगों को secular लगता है वो सब? You think those are secular things? And people chanting Jai Shri Ram, it's not even an aggressive this thing. Shri Ram का नाम लेना पाप हो गया है. You know why? There is a reason. Because the whole cabal, the political alliance of the left and Islamists, they are extremely nervous with the rise of India in the nationalism and Hindutva. They are extremely nervous. So they detest any show of my faith anywhere at all. What is the problem chanting Jai Shri Ram? So this is entirely political. I completely disagree. And this is, in the England cricket fans chant, God save the Queen all the time while the match is on. Hallelujah, etc., etc. All the Christian expressions, all Muslim expressions, everything is fine except when Hindus.
So why do we have this? Why do we have, Abhijit, such a self-deprecating attitude? Because it's not just politicians. Even ordinary citizens seem to feel, oh, this is not the right way to behave. Because there is some problem with it.
Because we have been brainwashed. Yeah? Our education system, and I agree with the person who's from BJP.
Yeah, Mohan
our
Krishna.
education system has taught us, it is the continuation of Macaulay's English Education Act of 1835. Nehru chose colonial continuity. Nehru outsourced education and the brainwashing of Indian, at least the elitist masses. Thankfully, he couldn't do it with people who have studied in vernacular schools that much. But he chose colonial continuity in education. We have this, deep. We have been. It has been ingrained in us. This self-hate, self-loathing of our faith. Self-loathing of ourselves, our identity, that has been ingrained.
Okay, let me go around our panel one more time. Yes, Sunil, you wanted to come in very quickly, please?
No, Mr. Abhijit, I have no issues. In fact, I'm a proud Hindu and I love to chant Jai Shri Ram. I do that every day. My point is just this. We must be proud of who we are. Absolutely with you on that. Now, those are things to be done in the place of worship. We have come to watch a cricket match. Let's watch it in the spirit of watching a cricket match. That's my limited point.
Sunil, the point is, religious expression cannot be bound to a place of worship alone. That whole idea that you cannot express yourself religiously outside of a temple in itself the idea that we are challenging. Why can't you? Everybody else does it.
An eye for an eye makes the world blind.
It's not an eye for an eye. It is not in revenge. It is an expression of your identity.
I don't have a problem with that. I certainly don't have a problem. Why is that we hyping it up just because the India-Pakistan match is going on? Watch it in the spirit of the game.
Okay, so how is this against the spirit of the game? Against the spirit of the game would be if you abused a player, if you made any slurs against them. You're celebrating.
I think this is
not celebrating.
One by one, please. One by one. Vivek, I'll come to you one by one. Sunil, please. Yes.
This is more in your face. I would have loved a more mature approach.
Okay.
Certainly not that many sections shouting. Of course, a few will. There is no harm in that. That's where the public is, as the columnist Abhijit was saying. Crowds the world over chant a lot of things. Some may not be palatable, but in a crescendo with these huge numbers that goes on, it has got a different reverberating effect. That's about all. There's no harm in. Absolutely, I'm proud. I'm proud that who I am. I'm proud. Jai Shri Ram is a great chant. Yes, it is.
Okay. So
let's
you're saying it's not mature. If others do it, doesn't mean we have to do it. Mohan Krishna, how do you respond to that?
Mr. Sunil,
I've been trying to come in for a long time.
Vivek, I'll come to you. Vivek, I'll come to you. Be patient. I will come to you. Yes.
Mr. Sunil Subramaniam has accepted one thing, that chanting Jai Shri Ram is a good thing, but not on the field. How can it be? See, you call Ashwin. You call Sunil Subramaniam. Subramaniam is also Muruga. He is also Muruga. When you are playing, log aisa bol rahe the, come on Subramaniam. So then will it become a religious, Mr. Subramaniam? let's take out all this.
But that,
Let's
they
take
are
out all
addressing me
this.
directly. Nah. They are addressing me
No, that's
directly.
what I'm
doesn't mean-
saying. Let's take out all this. This has been taught to us by this Macaulay system. I'm coming to the point there.
What Macaulay are you talking about?
Macaulay
Speaking on
system,
an
hello,
Now listen.
just, I mean,
No,
see,
listen,
they can do
listen.
namaz on the
Vivek,
street.
if you don't interrupt
They can-
others, you
they
wait
can
for your
do
turn, I'm
namaz
going
on
to
the
come. You
street, on
spoke
the
first.
ground.
Let me come to you.
They
I will
can
give
do
you
it
your
and it is
opportunity.
okay.
Mohan Krishna, please finish 20 seconds.
They can do namaz on the streets, they can do namaz on the ground. That is
Who's
okay.
they? Who's
That
they?
is
No way.
okay.
I'm not endorsing
But
that. No
chanting
way.
Jai
No, no,
Shri
that's
Ram by
not okay.
anybody is
Who
wrong.
is they?
That is not okay.
They are also-
That is not
You
okay.
should have a single standard, Mr. Vivek Srivastava.
Okay. Apply the same standard to everybody. That's what he's saying. And I think that's what everybody is saying, Vivek. Please have your say now.
Thank you. First of all, these two gentlemen who are ranting about the Macaulay education system, let me tell you, 5,000 साल पुरानी संस्कृति की बात मत करिए. CNN News 18 is also a part of the Sanskriti of this nation. It's a channel where we have a host and anchor speaking in English. You are wearing a Western dress, speaking in a foreign language. Sanskriti changes with time. So it does
No,
not
no,
change
no,
the-
no, 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 no. I'm sorry, you have
Yeah,
invoked
what is
me
happening?
and my channel, so I have to come in. You don't understand the difference between culture and progress. For me, there is no difference in that. And I'm sorry to say, I am not self-deprecating or self-loathing.
Your understanding is pathetic.
So English is not a part of Sanskriti of this country anymore.
English is not the issue
बिल्कुल ऐसा
here.
नहीं है. Part of the
Yeah.
Sanskriti is also to
Macaulay
imbibe what
system
others, foreign thing,
अरे आप ऐसा है तो हिंदी
what
में
is
बात
written
कीजिए ना
abroad
रवि।
is also part of
विवेक
we
श्रीवास्तव
imbibe
जी,
it.
आप हिंदी में बात कीजिए ना। अगर आप
It's just
संस्कृति
the
का
whole
रायबारी है।
Listen, man.
One second. One second.
You
Let
are-
me just make sure you don't speak over each other. Can I just have Vivek and Abhijit with me just for a second? Vivek, please continue for 20 seconds and I'll give Abhijit the opportunity. But I think the point you're making about a culture versus, what you take in is absolutely incorrect in this context. Nobody is against any traditions and nobody's questioning any traditions here or language here. You're confusing two different issues.
For education system, let them stop speaking in English and let them stop coming on English channels. जाएं
Why?
हिंदी के channel पर फिर.
Why? But
We have
And
adopted
that-
English. We
English
have
is
adopted
also-
English, not the brainwash that comes with it. You have
Number
adopted
two-
the brainwash that comes
two,
with English.
even
We
the Muslim
haven't.
players of our country have offered namaz on the field. The Pathan brothers were there. So what is this they versus us?
no, so if that is not a problem, why is Jai Shri Ram a
That is
problem?
not a problem. Why is Jai Shri Ram a problem?
Exactly the point we are making. If that is not a problem, then how is Jai Shri Ram by fans a problem? Not even on the field of play.
You are not using Jai Sri Ram to remember Lord Ram.
How do you
using
know?
Jai Sri Ram to talk, to have satire, and to give a challenge. That is why.
Okay,
You are
Abhijit.
not using it in the right spirit.
Okay, I'm running out of time, not in the right spirit. Abhijit, final 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I mean, Jai Shri Ram is here to stay. It will be said again and again and again. They will have to deal with it. And wearing Western clothes doesn't mean that, I have been brainwashed to think like a Westerner.
Exactly.
So there is a huge difference. Whether
Please lower
whether
his
you
volume.
imbibe and become a slave of communist philosophy or any Western lifestyle, that is entirely up to us. Our culture has always been open. We have taken in, we have learned, we have imbibed a lot of elements. So that is it. And when it comes
Okay.
to the sports field, there was no slur, there was no shaming, there was no gali uttered. It was just Jai Shri Ram. What is the problem? There is no problem.
Okay, I leave it at that. We do have to think about why people get so offended by a chant that is so dear to our people and our culture and our history. That in itself is a big question right now, and has this actually been used politically more than anything else? I leave it on that note for our guests to think about, and a big thanks to all of our guests for joining us. We slip into a very short break. Coming up on the other side, it's day 10 of the Israel-Gaza war. Humanitarian crisis is being talked about. Is Hamas, though, using civilians as a shield to ensure that Israel doesn't go on an offensive? We'll come back with that question in just a bit.
Hello, Moto.